Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, whichever suits you best. I am back again. I'm just going to show off a couple of the things that I've done since 4.0 came out. I've been primarily working on minor bug fixes. I've worked on some collision issues on my scaffolding pieces, which apparently were still having trouble snapping on Xbox. I can't 100% guarantee that I've got them all resolved, but I have spent quite a bit of time working on them. Hopefully it'll work. I mean, I know it works on my end, but hopefully it'll work on the Xbox as well. Other things that I've done. So the missing signs, the issue was that I built the models without collision, and that's why you were getting you don't have anything. The game just didn't recognize the stuff because it didn't have collision built into the model. So I fixed that. And I also went ahead and I moved them from the miscellaneous tab to the decoration tab. I've also been trying to figure out the hireable crew. I'm still having issues with them. I don't know if that's going to make it into my update tonight, which I plan to have out by 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is September 8th, 2024. Or if you're in Europe, the 8th of September, 2024. So yeah, I do plan on having that stuff out tonight, or at least everything that I have done out tonight by then. It will be version 4.01. The other things that I've done is I've added 2 new versions of my elevator hab. There is a 3 and a 4 floor version now. I've heard the requests. You know, they're there. And I've also added a new cross hab, which is just a new version of my glass cross hab without a logo. So that will be in tonight as well. I'll just go ahead and show you the things that I've got.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, actually, the biggest thing that I've done and the most important to go over. But I'll wait until after I show you these. So there you go. You've got now a 3-deck elevator. And you have a 4-deck. And then you still have the 5 and the 6. They are exactly like my other elevators. They're just shorter. So now you can have a smaller ship with elevators. And I'm just going to tell you right up front, I am never going to make a 2-floor elevator. It takes a lot longer to go up one flight of stairs, having to push a button, wait for the elevator to travel to you, open the door, get in, press another button to go down one floor, than it does just to run up the stairs. So the 2-story stairs are still going to be the option there, and thankfully they are all directions, so there's no need for a 2-floor elevator, in my humble opinion. You can disagree, but unless you're making the mod, too bad. So this is what you're getting. I'm being facetious. I'm really not that serious about any of this. The other thing is this glass crosshab. I now have the logo version, the normal one, and then I now have a no logo version to go with all of my other crosshabs. We'll go ahead and put these here on here too, just to have it. Okay, now the biggest change, and this is going to affect anybody that has any of my cargo bays on their ships. So I'm putting this in video just so that if you see this video before 4.01 comes out, I do recommend that if you have any of the lifts and or cargo seals on your ship, remove them before you update to 4.01, because they are going away in 4.01. I can already hear the boos, but don't worry. You get something better. Now, we just have a lot of different cargo bays. So we've got our regular cargo bays, which are the non-shielded cargoes. They are just sealed cargo containers, and they're still going to exist this way as sealed without lifts, so that you can put them anywhere on your ship, including like underneath things, in between things. You can hide them in your ship wherever you want. But then there's also my shielded cargo bays, which all have the lifts. I may eventually make a non-lift version of the shielded cargo bay. But these lift versions, there are 5 variants. So you've got all of the variants of the lifts before, they're just pre-attached, so you don't have to worry about the snap issues on the Xbox. And we'll go ahead and we'll throw one. But then more than just the fact that there are all the variants of like that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. You'll also see that we go from lower well, ignore this one. This one's my cheat version. You get the lower capacity versions, and then they go up. So the non-shielded cargo holds or cargo bays go from the lowest level, which will be level 5. It'll become available, and it has a cargo capacity of, I believe, 750. Or it might. Yeah, it's 750, I'm pretty sure. And then the lowest level shielded cargo bay becomes available at level 15. You'll also notice that there is a Starship design requirement for all of them, going from Starship Design 1 all the way up to 4. So your regular shield or your non-shielded cargo bays or cargo holds, they start at level 5, Starship Design rank 1. And then your next version of that is level 20, or is that right? I can't remember if I made it level 15 or 20. Forgive me. Either way, and then it has 1,000 capacity. And then the largest version is available at level 35, and it has a 1,500 cargo capacity. And then for the shielded versions, they start at level 15 with a cargo capacity of 400 shielded cargo. The next version is level 25, and it has 750 capacity for shielded cargo. And then the highest level is level 50, Starship Design rank 4, and it has 1,000 shielded cargo capacity. You'll also notice that they all have hull value, and the higher the level, the more the hull. And the shielded versions have a little bit more hull value than their non-shielded counterparts. Go ahead and throw a couple of these on the ship just to have them. I think nearly 10,000 cargo should be enough for a while. So anyways, that is that. Now, let's go ahead and go inside and show you these signs here so you know what they are. They're basically just, if you've used my stairhabs, you know that the stairhabs have deck signs fore and aft inside the stairwells. I've basically made them a decoration. They're still in my stairhabs by default, but I've made them a decoration that you can add to any of your other habs. So maybe you want, to label what deck you're on in the hab somewhere, and you can now have these labels put wherever you want. And they still have both the fore and the aft version. Let's go ahead and get out here and go inside. And they have the fore and the aft version. That way you can keep your bearings on your ship, so when you're decorating. It's like, okay, well, I know this wall right outside of my cockpit. I know that's the fore part of the ship, and I know my cockpit is on deck 2 or whatever. I can go ahead and put a deck 2 fore right before I get into the cockpit. That way, you know, okay, well, I'm facing fore towards that door, so to the right is my starboard, and to the left is my port, and behind me is my aft. Or, you know, whatever, however you want to use them. We'll go ahead and we'll just go into the decorating menu here just to show you that they are definitely working. So there you go. There's aft, fore, deck 2 aft, deck 2 fore, deck 3 aft, deck 3 fore, deck 4 aft, deck 4 fore, all the way up to deck 6 is how many signs I've put in there. And then I have also gone ahead and made a Matilija Aerospace sign, which is, you know, just more of a, this is my ego getting in my way. But, you know, I figured, you know, maybe you'd like to have a glowing Matilija's Aerospace sign on your ship somewhere. Well, now you can place it on a wall, wherever you want. And I may eventually also do more signs. That's probably a very real possibility. How soon I get to that, I don't know. Anyways, the other thing that I have been working on, which unfortunately I have not been able to figure out, is the recruitable robots. They are built just... see, like this guy. It's weird because sometimes they spawn without shirts, and I can just go back and forth, and then eventually, oh, there's one with their clothes on the astrobiologist. Even though before it was showing no clothing on the astrobiologist. And I don't know why that is. They have a list of options for clothing, and for some reason sometimes it's just broken. And I don't really know why. It's very frustrating though. That's just one of the problems though. The other problem that I have is just getting them to be able to place. They don't always want to place in, like there. I can get them to place there, but some places they just don't want to place, and they're just really odd behavior. On top of that, they don't always want to talk to me when I place them, even though they're all scripted to. They're supposed to just give you the same options that any other recruitable person in the, you know, they've got all the same settings as all of the other recruitable characters in the game, but for some reason they just aren't working, and I have not figured out why. I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm not planning on releasing this for, it's probably gonna be about 9 hours, 10 hours from now before I release, so it's only about 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard right now. But I do fully intend on getting this out tonight by 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Whether or not I get the robots working properly, I say robots, the crew. That's really all they are. They're just hierarchical crew. Whether or not I can get them to work properly, I don't know. But I'm going to keep trying, and you know, we'll go from there. Anyways, until the next time, I hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you out in the settled systems.